What's going on, guys? Out here at a wholesale deal, okay? I'm gonna actually walk you through what a wholesale deal looks like and what you can expect if you're getting into wholesaling, okay? So just come on, let's just go ahead and go in here. So we're here, okay, in Chandler, Arizona. If you're brand new to my channel, my name is Austin Zaback. I've wholesaled over 2,500 houses in the last 9 years, okay? And we're at a wholesale deal right now, like we were talking about a minute ago. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,900 square feet. And I'm gonna break it down for you, okay? I'm gonna show you what a wholesale deal looks like. And I'm gonna show you actually what we bought the deal for, what we're gonna sell the deal for. And if you're new to wholesaling, then know that wholesaling does not involve you actually buying the real estate, okay? So we actually have a purchase contract on the property that we're standing in right now, right? And then we're gonna take that purchase contract, okay? We've actually already done that on this particular deal. And we're gonna sell, okay, or assign that purchase contract to a cash buyer, okay? And we're gonna make a profit doing that. But I'm gonna break it all down for you, and do me a huge favor. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and let's just check it out, okay? So we're here in the living room, or what I perceive to be the living room, okay? And we can tell right out of the gate that this house needs a lot of work. I'm not exactly sure what you would do here. I guess what you would probably do, let me know in the comment section down below, you would probably knock this wall out right here, and you would open up the kitchen, I would imagine. I do not know what is behind here. That's interesting. There's no handle or anything, okay? So you've got a galley kitchen, okay? We're gonna have to probably do something with the kitchen, not us, but the end buyer will definitely have to do something with the kitchen. We need to blow it out in one way or another, so we either need to blow out that wall right here, which I think that actually leads to the outside. Oh no, that must lead to another bedroom, so we'll have to go check that out in a minute. Let's check this out. So we've got a little step down here, okay? So this, I would imagine, at one point was the carport, okay? So this, okay, there's that other side of that door right there. So that door where I was like, dude, I don't know where that leads. That's where it leads to, Jacob. All right, we got a sliding glass door here. This was definitely the carport at one point. So you can always kind of tell that it was the carport because it's lower, right? It's lower than the rest of the house. So I don't know if the buyer that we sell it to will keep this like the way it is. I would imagine not. We've got a random fireplace right here. I mean, this thing is definitely janky. They put we got a freaking sink here, dude, look at that. You gotta love it. No water. We've got a bathroom over here, okay? So again, remember, this is a 4-bed, 2-bath. Look how janky this is. I mean, the floors are all jacked up. The freaking, I don't know what they got going on here. We got like a weird shower right here. The foundation's all janky. You like walk back over here. This is like another bedroom, which is super weird. We've got a door going into the backyard. And then we walk back up here and we've got like a weird sliding door. That thing is like rotten as all heck. So this is a wholesale deal for you, right? So, these are the kind of properties that we deal with every day, right? So what the beautiful thing about wholesaling is that we're solving a problem, right? We're solving a problem for the seller, okay? So in this particular situation, clearly there's a problem here, right? The problem for the seller is that, like, what are they gonna do here, right? Like, if they don't have the money to fix this thing up, they are SOL, okay? So we've got kind of a weird bedroom over here. We must have had some weird shenanigans going on here. We got some old AirPods. Okay, really small bedroom. So this was a part of the original house right here, okay? So really the original house was 1 bedroom, okay, a bathroom. We got a little janky bathroom there. Another bedroom right here, okay? So 2 bedrooms, and then probably a 3rd bedroom. Let's just go check it out and see. Definitely, yeah, we got a little 3rd bedroom here. Looks like somebody might be hanging out here at night. Okay, so we've got a 3rd bedroom here. No lights, can't turn any lights on. So originally this house was a 3-bed, 1-bath with a living room, a little entryway, and a kitchen, okay? That was the original house. So let's just go ahead and go check out the backyard, okay? Let's see what the backyard looks like. But what I was saying before is that when you're a wholesaler, you know, you're solving a problem, right? For everybody involved. Look at, they got this thing in here like somebody's gonna break in here and steal something, okay? We're in the backyard and, you know, again, this house is gonna need a lot of work, okay? I mean, this thing is 1,900 square feet. Let's just do some math really quick, okay? And then I'm gonna show you the front of, I'll tell you what, you gotta freaking carry a pistol out here when you're out here like this, okay? So this house is 1,900 square feet. Let's just say, I'll bet you this thing's gonna need $50 a square foot at least to remodel, times $50 a square foot. So at least, okay, I'll do that math for you on the screen. At least, at a minimum, 100 grand, okay? If the ARV, okay, the after repair value is, let's just say 550, okay? We actually got this thing under contract for 328, and then we sold our contract to a cash buyer for 338, okay? I want nothing to do with this particular house, right? I don't want to flip it. I don't want to freaking touch it. I want nothing to do with it, right? I've flipped a lot of homes in my career, but I don't want anything to do with it, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it around and I'm gonna sell it to a cash buyer who, that's what they do, right? They flip houses for a living and they can deal with it because this house is gonna take a lot of freaking work. But we're gonna make 10 grand with, you know, a week's worth of work, okay? So it isn't gonna take a lot of work for us, right? So I'm telling you right now, as opposed to you being a flipper, right? Like if you're just trying to get started in real estate, I highly recommend that you start out wholesaling, okay? Because look at this thing. I mean, this thing is an absolute wreck, okay? Like this thing is gonna take a lot of work, a lot of time and a lot of energy, and we can make 10 grand and we can get in and out. You know, personally, if I'm gonna flip, I wanna flip a house where I can make a lot of money and it doesn't take a lot of time and energy from me, right? Half this house pretty much probably has to get ripped down. Like all of those additions that they did, all the janky additions have to go, okay? So I'm gonna show you the front of the house here in a minute and we're gonna go look at that. But this thing is janky, man. Look at this right here. You gotta see, like, what are you gonna do with all this, dude? We got a water heater in here. It just depends on what you're gonna do with it. I bet you this house is gonna take 150 grand. If we sold it to the cash buyer for 338, 150, if it's, I'll bet you the ARV is 550, but it'd have to be nice. It'd have to be really nice. Okay, so here's the carport over here. Okay, so we're in the carport. So maybe that other side we were talking about a little while ago is not the carport. I don't know. We got a big gaping hole in the ceiling here. You've gotta love that. All right. Yeah, I was gonna say easy access to put your Christmas tree up there. You don't gotta open nothing, you know, so you gotta always look at the positive, right? Okay, so now here's the problem, okay? We've got a school, okay, right directly in front of the house. So if you've ever watched my videos before, you know, I did a video on how to comp a deal, okay? Remember, comping a deal is super important, right? Because if you don't know how to comp a deal, you can't make money, whether you're a flipper or you're a landlord or you're a wholesaler. You have to know how to comp, right? You make money in the buy, right? We've all heard, you make money in the buy. So when it comes to comping a deal, something we want to take into consideration is the fact that we've got a church on the corner here, Jacob. I just realized, it just dawned on me. We've got a church and a school directly in front of the house. Now, the only thing that could possibly make it worse is if we also had a cemetery here, okay? We don't have that, so we're good there. I've seen houses before, I kid you not, that directly in front of the house you had a church, a school, and a cemetery. I figured that would be illegal, but I've seen it before. I'm telling you, you see everything when you're in real estate. So, okay, so here you have it, guys. So we've got a pine tree in the front yard. Maybe what I'll do, Jacob, is we'll go back to the office here in a little while, okay? We left the office to come out here and take a look around. What we'll do is oh, we got solar too, dude. We got freaking solar. So see, solar is no good. That solar probably doesn't even work. It does not add any value to the house. Let me know down below if you like solar or not, but I hate solar. So what we'll do, we'll go back to our office, okay? And I'm actually gonna have a conversation with the guy who locked the deal up on my team, okay? I run a massive team now. Like I said, I've wholesaled over 2,500 homes in my career. So let's go talk to the guy at my office who actually brought the deal in. And then I want to talk to the guy at my office who sold the deal to the cash buyer, okay? Because we're gonna make 10 grand on this and we ain't gonna do that much, okay? So let's go talk to them and let's see exactly how they did what they did. All right, we're gonna talk to Nate Dogg really quick. Nate Dogg, do me a huge favor, hold that microphone right there, hold it, you know, about yay high.
Yeah.
So dude, we went out to that Oakland deal. Was it Oakland?
Yeah.
So we went out there earlier, we walked the property.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, so you brought that deal in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to me about that. How'd you bring it in?
Yeah, so it was from another supplier of ours that we have talked to over and over again, and he couldn't get it moved at the price that he wanted to originally. So we came in and said, hey, we know we can move it at said number. Got it in. We're able to move at said number to make them money.
Dude, I love that, bro.
Yeah.
So for anybody watching, like, what would your recommendation be? Because it's obviously really cool. Like you specialize in working with what you call suppliers, right?
Yeah.
Which is really dope, which is just another way of saying we're working with wholesalers, right?
Yeah.
So like, how do people build relationships with other wholesalers?
Yeah, it's just about being of service, right? Providing that value for them and, being that resource for them in any way that you can help, That's the biggest thing, building relationships, right? You talk about all the time. You're not in the real estate game, you're in the relationship game, right?
Yeah.
So that's the number one thing when it comes to working with others that are also in the real estate game. They're also in the relationship game. It's not what you know, it's who you know, right?
Have you ever done a deal with that particular wholesaler
Yeah.
before? Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Okay.
This is our third one, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And are they new? Do you know like anything about? Are they newer to the game, or they just not have a big buyers list?
Well, this one, they're pretty well off in the game. To be honest, it's just we provide a lot of value, right? I mean,
we're a little more well off.
We've done really well for them, and it's a lot of ping pong back and forth with them too. Like deals of ours, their deals. It's it works both ways, right? It's a relationship, so it goes both ways.
Yeah, so sometimes like if we have a deal we can't sell, then we might send it to them too. It can go both ways.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's just a matter of building relationships and providing value.
Yep. Yeah, in any way that we can.
How many deals do you think you've done in your career?
Oh,
if you had to ballpark it.
Probably close to 300.
Dude,
so
I love
far.
that, bro.
Yeah,
I love that. And how long have you been in the game of wholesaling?
2 years as of June.
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
And we're coming up on what, a year here?
It'll
in November?
A year in November.
Yeah.
It'll be a year in
Dang,
November.
dude. I love it, bro.
Boom,
You're the
baby.
man. I appreciate you, boss.
You.
Okay, we got Luke here. If you've watched any of my videos, you've met Luke before a bunch of times. Luke, you sold the deal in Oakland.
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah, sure. What do you want to know?
Okay. We had to resell that deal, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we had it sold one time.
Uh-huh.
The buyer, walk me through like the process of why a buyer would walk and then how to resell a deal after like we already had it sold and then they backed out.
Sure. Okay, so I guess a couple things. So one, we have multiple dispo reps working the deal. So in this case, we had another dispo rep who had sold it. And if you listen to the call, it's actually a really good call. He did a really good job vetting the buyer. Like if you just listen to that call, it sounds like that buyer is going to be super solid and 100%. It just so happened that I had someone else also interested in the deal, but they were just a little bit slower. It turns out the other buyer, they're a first-time buyer, so sometimes these first-time buyers will get spooked pretty easily. I guess they went by afterwards, and they saw it, and it didn't from what I heard, didn't look crazy different from the pictures, but just like I guess the realization of like how much that they'd have to do kind of set in, and they're like, oh, I don't know if I can do it, and they started having buyer's remorse and that sort of stuff, which is common and something you should look out for the first time you're working with someone. That sort of stuff can happen. So thankfully, we had still kind of kept the other guy on the hook, and we were able to position it in such a way like, hey man, if you're able to act right now. And sign a contract, deposit earnest money, we have a small window where we can pull this one back. So because he had lost it already once, we were able to again create that sort of fear of loss and get him to act super quickly, and he was able to sign a contract and get on it really quick. So it actually the resale process on this one was really quick, and it was kind of just because of how we set the table when it sold the first time.
I love that, dude. And I love what you mentioned about like when you're working with a buyer for the first time, you've never done a deal with them before, right?
Right.
And so you have to be careful and know like obviously you want to vet them and make sure they're like a legit buyer, but then also know, especially on a project like that, as we went out and walked it, and the property does need quite a bit of work. There's definitely profit to be made, like, at that number. But for a first-time buyer, I could see how they would look at it, like in real life, and be like, oh my gosh, like if they've never done it before, right?
Right.
So the second buyer that we ended up selling it to, was had he bought in properties before?
So no, funny. Well, so the first buyer, not only were they a first-time buyer for us, this was going to be that was going to be their first flip ever.
Wow. Okay.
So that's why it's like if that's your first flip ever,
it's a big flip for your first one.
Right. So it's easy to understand why that person would be intimidated. And I think we asked all the correct questions on that call with that first buyer. Like, she had signed a contract, deposited earnest, so like everything I think with the process wise was done right. It's just afterwards she had buyer's remorse and wanted to get out. So the second buyer, it was the first time that we had worked with him, but we had known that he already had lenders set up. He had done flips in the past, so it was our first time doing a deal with him, but not his first deal.
Which is what made all of the difference, obviously.
Right.
Yeah. Because when he looked at it, he's like, oh, I've done this before, been here, done that.
Yep.
He knew what to do, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Do you recommend for people just getting into wholesaling, like, should they have multiple buyers lined up on a deal?
Honestly, it's going to depend. It's going to depend on the deal that you have. In some cases, you will have a luxury of having multiple people want the deal, and so then if something happens, it's very easy to plug somebody back in. And on some deals, maybe you will only have one buyer who's interested in that, and at the end of the day, you really only need one serious person to get the deal done.
Sure.
So yeah, honestly, it depends on
the deal.
on property.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. I love it, dude. You're the man.
Appreciate
I
it.
appreciate you, bro. There you have it. That is a wholesale deal that we have under contract right now. We have sold, and by the time you're watching the video, we probably already closed on the deal. So if you want to learn how we wholesale anywhere from 1 to 2 houses every single day, then go to www.flippinsimple.com. We'll put the link down in the description down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Smash that like button and drop down in the comments section below, what you would like to see more of, and we will definitely make it happen for you.